Hello everybody, welcome back to a little bit more Kingdom Come. With this time, we're going to do something a little bit different than normal. I mean, ignore all the horses and all the guards and everything else, but we're going to show some tips and tricks of how you can probably build your game a little better. Or basically, we're going to give you tips and tricks about things that aren't commonly known in the game, or I see people don't know about this. So let's go through this and get this right started. Number one thing I think that will probably help out the most people, and it doesn't involve horses or guards. Anyway, so let's go for potions. As you notice, potions are quite expensive. I mean, for any new player, you should go like for every potion, 124. Let's say if you actually want to go for the good stuff, like a Lazarus potion, that's going to run you about 200, and they're super expensive. But honestly, they don't have to be that expensive. You can really make them a lot cheaper. Most of the time, potions only have a one-time use. You can only drink it once, and that's it. But there's a way to actually extend this out. So what you want to do is just go to any merchant. Rattay is usually the best area to do this. Yeah, go to any merchant like trader.
You, what do you want from me?
I want your goods. Give me something good. So here's something that people don't usually buy, and there's no reason to buy it overall. Drinking water. One of the best items to get in the game. It only costs you 1.1 gold. What you're going to do is you're going to buy them all. And I'm just going to do that. And really what I want to do is get about 5 of them. You can go to any of the merchants. Taverns have them. These basic traders have them. This guy, so Conrad has 5 waters. Hand them all over. So now that we have our 5 waters here, we can open up our menu, go to here. I want Lazarus potion, right? I have 10 of them. That's one of the best potions you can have in the game. Adds 100 health. So if you, at least on the PC, I know if you apply, so that's an E, apply, you hit that. Don't hold it down like you're going to eat it, but you apply it. And you want to go down to drinking water. And if you go select drinking water after that, there you go. It's going to use up 5 drinking waters. But if you notice here on the drinking water that it has this little green icon, that means it's been laced with something. And you can't tell until you press Q to basically or find out what's in there. It has the applied Lazarus potion effect on there. That means I actually got 5 Lazarus potions extra from the 1. So you can do it up to 5 waters or whatever amount stack you have in there. So if I have 2 in there, if I try it again, it's a apply, I'll get 2 more off of there, but it's kind of a waste because you can do it up to 5 overall, and that's what you want to do with all your potions. Anything you drink that gives you an effect will work out on there. The only thing that doesn't work on there is basically poisons like Bane potions. You can't do save your snops, so you can't get extra saves, so don't try to do that. The downside to doing this, just to let you know, is that drinking water by itself weighs about 1. Potions by themselves weighs about 0.5, so you're basically doubling the weight you have, but you're reducing the cost by 1/5 to drink a potion. So weigh your options there. I'll keep drinking my water laced with whatever else I want. You could do the same thing with wine, cheap wine, regular wine, fine wine, but that will end up getting you drunk, where basically drinking water won't get you drunk doing that. I don't believe beer or any other drinks don't really work. Same thing with food. You could apply this to food too, potions to food as well. Like I have a Nighthawk potion effect on there, but it only does 1 at a time rather than 5. So go with drinking water. And as a word of warning too, is that if you pick up water from guards or basically bandits, humans or something like that have half-used drinking water, for some reason those don't allow the 5+ stack effect. It only does 1 at a time. So buy it from merchants and then apply your potion to them. Otherwise, it won't work out. But anyways, that is probably one of the most helpful tips to have that I see a lot of players don't use and abuse. Please use it as much as you can, because then you can just go about chugging potions all day and not really worry about the cost. So that is the best way to go about it. Alright, so let's go on to the next tip. So the next thing we're going to talk about is stealing.
We should steal from people? Disgraceful. Have you no shame?
How long stealing effect lasts on items. So this happens a lot of times. Really, it's something people don't understand how the stealing works out. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go and steal something real quick. So each of these are worth what, 30, 50, So it's still red deer hide. I'm going to steal one of them, one deer hide. That's worth 50. And half the value is a sheepskin. Alright? And I bring up the value because it's very important. Is that when you steal something, like I just did, so you can see is that anytime you have this little red hand, that means Henry has been a dirty little thief and stolen something.
Well, thieving is wrong.
Now, the key is with the stolen items is that based on their groschen value, their true value, undamaged and all that, for every hour goes by, the ticker of 5 groschen will go off of it. So for example, the sheepskin should take only 5 in-game hours for that tag to go off, whereas the red deer hide skin should take 10 hours in-game time for that stolen tag to go off. So let's do a little test. So right now, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We'll wait. Just go ahead and just give it a good old waiting time. Good job. We waited all that time. And if we go down here, the red deer hide skin is still stolen, but the sheepskin is no longer stolen. So for every hour that goes by, 5 groschen of the stolen value will go off of it. Okay? So that's important. So now just to prove the point, I'm going to wait 5 more hours because the other one should take 10. And we waited that. So if we wait 5 more hours, we'll let it go. There we go. We waited a long time. But you notice is that now the red deer hide is now no longer stolen. Considered stolen. And now you can do whatever with it, whatever you want. Okay? So this is the point where it's say if you have some armor that's worth a lot, like let's say you just stolen these black pants, so this gold chain that's worth 1,000. So it's going to take, it will take 200 hours. So for the gold chain worth 1,000, it will take 200 hours if you freshly stolen it for it to lose its red stolen value, roughly 200 in-game hours. So waiting time hours, you should say. So this is the reason why it takes so long for things to go away. So that is a problem. Now, here's the other problem that I see people make a lot of times with stealing. If you steal something and you waited for about 100 hours and it's still stolen, but if you put that item in a box or you take it out of a box while it's still stolen, the timer for that stolen status resets. So if you waited 100 hours, you took something out, and you need 100 more hours, that means you have to wait another 200 hours again to do it. Okay. Anytime you take something out that has considered stolen, it just resets the timer because it considers that you restolen it again, even though you own the box or you own the horse or something like that. So try to refrain. If you're looking for something to lose its stolen tag, please try to refrain from putting it in a box, taking it out of a box, or anything else like that. You just got to let it sit on your person or basically, you know, in a box for a long time before you use it. But let's say if you want to just take the items right away and you found something nice and you just want it. So, one, you got to go find some stolen goods. So you got to make some if you can. So like I said, you just got to make some like that. There you go. So you can take this. Let's say you want any of these items. Like, I don't know. What's the most expensive thing you got? There you go. How about a chest plate? What's the most expensive thing you got? It's probably your brigandine or something like that. Yeah, there you go. We'll just take those items. Anyways, so you grab them. They're both stolen. Let's go try to take off this tag real quick. So you want to go back to Miller Peshik's place. You could do it anywhere else too that you can buy and sell items. But what you want to do is that you want to get into this room. It's a very hard lock, so you got to be able to pick very hard lock rooms. You're going to get in here. It's also very hard locked. But what you're going to do, sounds kind of weird, you're going to go to your inventory, go there, put away the stolen items. You see they have a little red hand symbol because they're stolen. And then you're going to go talk to them.
All right. Let's see what we can do about that.
There you go. So he's actually selling them. Now, it'll cost you a little money, so you're just like, whatever, I'll buy them both, you know, for whatever price it is. Then you go back to your armor, and look at that, it's no longer stolen. It's now, you know, it's now free to use, and guards can't do anything about it, even though you just killed them. But the best part is, you just go back to here, go back into your chest, take your money back, and, yeah. You had a good time. Now the stolen tags aren't off. I feel like that's the best way to kind of get rid of it if you're really desperate, but you'll need a full-on lockpicking before you can do that. But it's a really good trick if you're just like, I want clean clothes, I want the best drip ever, and I don't want the guards stealing it ever. So there you go. Alright, for the next tip here is we're going to go to the bathhouses. This is something that a lot of people don't seem to know about, or sort of don't kind of check it out often, because they think it's just a place to kind of get laid and get clean. You go up to them and you say you want to use the bathhouse services. Yeah, so they do have a lot of different options. Now here's something I've seen a lot of people don't choose, because I don't know why, but they don't usually go to the bathhouse like this. You can actually get different haircuts off of here. Yeah, so you can get a haircut, and you can get, 4 different haircuts off of here. So they were all different ones. You get the Polish undercut. No, it looks awful.
No deal.
You can get the Mother's Boy, which is basically standard Henry.
No deal.
It's whatever. You can get the Battlefield Perm, which is just basically shaving your Henry's head off. Yeah, Henry.
No deal.
But my favorite personal one is the Eastern Influence.
I'd like that. Thank you.
And they change your hairstyle. But most importantly, too, you also do get a temporary perk buff as well. So if you go to your buffs, freshly shorn, I believe you get a temporary +1 to charisma. Alright, it's cool. It's nothing too special, but it works out. You can also get shaves here too, and they do have a little bit more, so you get 5 different options. So dignitary, meh. I don't like a porn stash Henry.
No deal.
They do have the Tromblador, which is kind of a pretty good one, but basically has a goatee, gets in a craft spear.
No deal.
No. The Bohemian Duke. Yeah, so you just get a chin strap essentially. Whatever.
No deal.
Woodman's Pride.
No deal.
And then Casual Elegance, which is basically just mostly shaven. It's like he doesn't have a full clean shave or anything else.
No deal.
The haircuts and all that, it's kind of unusual. People don't usually know about it. And again, there's really not that many options, but it's always nice to do your Henry like that.
I'd like to make use of the Bathhouses services.
So the other things you do have a couple different options here. So the top option is basically just to have your clothes clean to the max. So basically you get cleaned up to way better than the little water troughs. Not bad if you're trying to go for some charisma checks or you just want to look nice. Heal your wounds. Essentially heal your wounds is pretty good. Get your health up and then get your, basically, I believe it also heals up all your food, your nourishment deficiencies. So you basically go all the way to 100 to all those stats. It's a pretty good one. And there's also Heal My Wounds, Bath, and Laundry. So basically it combines the two together. Pretty much the best value that you can get. Or you can be Henry that likes to bang everything and pay for a wench and get that. So if you pay for the wench, you get a charisma buff there too. It's not bad. Just a little extra money and stuff like that. But I do like the Heal My Wounds and stuff like that.
I certainly need a physician to treat my wounds. Then a hot bath and laundering my clothes.
Yeah, and the time that you spend in the bathhouse is depending on how badly hurt you are or how hungry you are. So, you could spend more or less time in there. So watch out for that. So if you're really hurt, really tired or anything else like that, it could take a long time. But the best part is that people just probably know this, is that you actually get a drop save too. So basically for 30 groschen, you can basically get a free save, get free full stats that you have. So your energy, nourishment, and health are all full stats. And Henry looks absolutely glamorous too. So he'll look glamorous for about the first 15 seconds. So before he walks out of this place and dirties up. But that's alright. But the most important part really is to get a free save dropped off of here. So if you go to any city and you just want a quick save, and you don't want to sleep and you want to get all your stats all the way up, use a bathhouse. It's absolutely fantastic. Alright, so here is another trick that might work out. This is mostly for the PC players. You can kind of get around it in Xbox or PlayStation sort of thing. But anyways, when you use your bow, you notice that you don't have any reticle or anything else like that. You kind of got to rely on it sort of deal. And, you know, you can kind of get pretty good with it, but it's really hard at the later stages to kind of figure out like where you're shooting at. So, but there's a way on the PC to kind of get a better shot. So, what you're going to have to do is that you're going to put away your bow. Hey, you all shut up, I'm trying to do stuff.
Where could he have vanished to?
So you put away your bow, and then what you want to do is that you want to just, you know, give yourself a little pause there, and you want to go into your console command by pressing this little button there, and you can see everything that's kind of loaded up on there. But, so this is, you know, vanilla mode, there's no mods or anything logged in there. What you want to do is you type in WHPL show fire cursor 1, hit enter, exit out of the console by pressing the same button, and then pull out your bow again, and now the little dot's there. So now you can kind of just go and shoot your way all the way through here. It's one of the best tricks there altogether because you don't need to download any mods, you don't need to do anything like that. You can just have it right away. Some people might consider it cheating. That's up to you. You know, you don't have to do this. I know some people that play Xbox or PlayStation, they like to just put a piece of tape right in the center of the screen. So whenever they pull out their bow, they can have a little piece of tape to tell them exactly where it's at. And that works out too. Also, for another tip and trick off of here that's really quick with bow, if you're going to try to fight guards, shoot them directly in the face. Like that. Not in the hey, hey. Yeah, don't shoot them in the dome like that because honestly it just bounces off the metal parts. So like they're protected all around. So you want to hit between, if you can kind of hit directly between where the skin's at, it doesn't protect them. Even though it looks like, oh, that should be covered, the game does pretty well. So if you hit right where that fleshy part is, you can one-shot everybody basically. Yeah, you know, so it works out pretty good for the aiming. Oh god. My frame rate is dying. God, I only killed like half the guards. There's still... Okay, I lied. There's more than half the guards. But anyways, you know, the aiming works out pretty well because, you know what?
My God.
As long as you aim for the face part, you know, nobody can really stop you. Like, okay, that's a lot of you guys. Alright. Alright, boys. Henry needs to gets away from next crime. Alright, so here is one of the last tips we're going to show, basically about inns. But a lot of new players don't understand this. So, basically you can go to innkeeper. There's lots of inns throughout the entire game. It's a great place to go, drop a save, get some extra energy, whatever you need to do if your Henry's sleeping. But if you talk to the innkeeper, like this bastard, so here's the thing. A lot of people will just go, oh, I need it for one night. That's all I'm going to do. Instead of doing for a few nights. When you think for a few nights, that's like what? 1 to 3 nights, you know, depending on what you describe what's a few is. But do not go for a one night.
Just the one night?
Yeah, one night costs you only 2 groschen. Alright, it's not worth it, whatever. But what you really want to do...
Can I sleep here?
You want to go back to the option for a few nights.
How about if I pay you for several nights?
So, yes, it is 250. What it does is that means you get the room forever or through this entire playthrough, which is the much better deal. You don't have to go back to the innkeeper. You don't have to ask him for, like, hey, I need a room or anything else up there. You just go to the room, you go to sleep. Yes, you might be losing a little bit of groschen here and there because maybe you don't need to sleep here 125 times, you know? That might be the case.
Here you are.
But...
You like it here. Like sleeping on a cloud it is.
I think it's well worth it to actually go up to your room and not have to deal with this guy. You just go up here anytime. 250 groschen is nothing. Some places are cheaper. Some, I don't think they get more expensive than 250. Just pay the money off of there. And that way you don't have to go to the innkeeper if you don't want to. So, anyways, that is all for now. So that is a pretty easy set there. And, you know, if you want, you can always just punch him and, you know, get your money back that way. Oh, God. Hey, Andrew. I mean, you can't really get your money back. We can just take all the stuff. That's fine. He loses his clothes and all that. But that's beside the point. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this part for now. You know, little tips here and there. Let me know if there's something else you would like to know. And I can work on it too. But until then, hope you enjoyed it. Hope this was helpful. And I'll talk to you guys. I'll see you guys around later. Have a good one, and goodbye.
Hey! Mother of...
I do love the fact if you knock Andrew out and you take his clothes,
Back trouble?
He stays naked for the entire game, and then he basically never grows legs again. So for some reason, when he gets naked, he just loses his legs. Perfectly fine. He's okay with that. So, one of the extra little tips and tricks. So much fun. How you doing, lady? Well, anyways, she knows better than talk to Henry like that. Oof, boy.
Huh?